Hi everyone, it's Miss Champagne. All right, let us continue with our next video. Now in this video, I'm gonna speak specifically about how to get a job teaching as an English teacher in a university. So when you teach for a university, specifically for English teaching, your title can be professor, it can be lecturer, it can be teacher, it can be instructor. But the point is that you are teaching at a university. All right, now, what makes teaching at universities, I believe, a little bit more intimidating and a little bit more challenging than getting a classroom English teaching job or even getting a dispatch English teaching job is that when you teach at a university, there are a lot of steps that you need to take in addition to getting the job. So for example, the first thing is that you would need to obviously have your CV, cover letter ready. You can also use different platforms to find the jobs. Now, if you know which university you want to teach at, that's great. But if you don't know, there's another way to do it. So let's say, for example, if you want to teach at Temple University, you would type in Temple University English teacher or Temple University math teacher or whatever your subject is, okay? And then you would search there. And Temple, from what I've done in my research, they always have jobs that are available year-round, okay? Now, let's say if you don't know any of the universities in Japan, then I would use an indirect approach. I will put some links to different job sites, and there are a lot of jobs that are available. One that I particularly like is JREC. I'm gonna put that one in there. They have jobs, so many jobs for teaching English, and not just teaching English, like teaching other subjects, but as a professor in university. Okay, so that's the first one. So step one, get your CV and your cover letter together. Step two, you can either locate the jobs directly or indirectly on the websites. Now, what I've noticed of being a university teacher in Japan when you're applying, they want a lot more information and a lot more things from you than a normal like English teaching job would. So not only do you need your CV and cover letter, you need some publications. So for example, are there books that you have created? Are there courses that you've created? Are there magazines that you produce? They want to know all of that. You have to give at least 3 references. And also, once you get the job, there's something called professional development, which is really, really stressed and emphasized in Japan. And I think not in just Japan, but just when you become a university professor anywhere, you still have to, kind of keep going. You can't just sit on your laurels. You have to either be producing books, workshops, seminars, all that good stuff. So you definitely have to keep that going. Another thing is that one thing that's a little bit challenging, in my opinion, is that it's kind of hard to find a full-time English teaching job as a university professor. So a lot of the other teachers that I know, they'll have like two or three jobs, like part-time at universities, and they'll just make sure like, okay, University 1, I'll teach on Monday. University 2, I'll teach on Wednesday. University 3, I'll teach on Friday. So it's kind of like you have to mix and match. Another thing with the university teaching job is that you have to get a visa, same for the other jobs. Now the visa you would have is the same one I have. It's called, in short, Humanities, but it's like a longer name. With the Humanities visa, you can teach as a teacher, but these are at like not schools like universities or cram schools, or you can be an engineer, a journalist, or something else, I kind of forget, but I'll put the link down below. So the way to get the visa is obviously to apply for the job. Once you apply for the job and you're outside of Japan or inside of Japan, your employer will send you all these different documents. You sign them, send them back to them. They send you some more documents. If you're outside of Japan, you take those documents to your Japanese embassy or the consulate. If you're inside of Japan, you just go straight to immigration. Now, I came to Japan at the time of this video 11 years and 4 months ago. So I was, and I'm from Ohio. So I'm from Ohio. Our nearest Japanese consulate is in Michigan. And I think it's like either Detroit or like very close to Detroit. So we had to drive, it was long, and we had to drive there. I had to give them my documents, and then they sent me them back in the mail or something like that. But they've changed that. So nowadays, if you're coming into Japan, what will happen is that you'll have your visa already, but you won't physically have like, it won't be in your passport, and you won't have your alien registration card or your gaijin card. Now, from what I heard, you can get that directly at the airport, but it's a document that you give the immigration officer. Oh, and another thing, they could possibly also give you your alien registration card from the consulate, but it really just depends, you know. So either you're gonna get your visa, and when I say visa, I mean like your official visa stamped in your passport, or you're gonna get your gaijin card when you come to Japan physically, and there's a slight chance that you might get it before. So that is how you apply for an English teaching job, specifically to teach at university in Japan. Guys, if you have any questions for me, please, please, please ask me, and I'll be doing more videos specific for this topic. Okay, see you guys again. Bye.